Yeah, we are laying up good stuff. Yeah.
Hey guys, this is Backdraft, and welcome to another episode on the Create With Backdraft SMP. Thank you guys so much for joining me today. So, in the last episode, we got our bearings on the Backdraft Peninsula over here. We built our starter house. We got a couple tiny little farms going. We got some villagers going, and we got started with the Create mod as well. We got our water wheel going and our mechanical press downstairs going as well. And in this episode, I have a ton more plans. There is so much that I want to do. The sun's starting to go, and we should probably head to our bed. But I just wanted to point out that my voice may sound a little raspy right now, and that is because I spent the entire day at the best place in the world, the Buffalo Bills game. Of course, you guys, if you don't know already, you know that I am a huge Buffalo Bills fan. And yeah, I screamed my brains out because we had an amazing win today, so sorry for the raspy voice. I actually didn't even realize how bad my voice was until I started recording that previous clip. No matter how hard I try, I can't actually get high enough. Hey guys, this is Back. Hey guys, this is Back. It's not working. So let's talk about the plans for this episode. The very first thing I want to do is I actually want to go grab the villagers that I got in the last that I got in the last episode and bring them over here. And there is a really awesome way that we can do that, and I'm going to show you guys how we can do that in just a sec. The other thing is I want to get a mob farm going. We have the ability to grab spawners with the Create mod, and I already grabbed a few, so I want to get a mob farm going, and it's going to be /XP as well. We're going to set that up, probably as a dual farm, mob farm, and XP farm. And then the third thing I want to do as well is set up an auto farm with the Create mod. So I think we're just going to get started with wheat, and we might also set up wood as well. And then the next thing, which I don't think we're going to get to, but I want to create centralized storage as well. But before we do that, actually, now that I'm thinking about it, we need to go to the Nether first. And within the Nether, we actually need to get our hands on a blaze spawner, so we might actually do that before we build the mob farm, but I think that this is what I want to get done in this episode. So first things first, we're going to head back to the village and grab those villagers. Now you're probably wondering how we're going to bring them way over here. Well, within the assorted tools mod, that's right ladies and gentlemen, we have Pokeballs. Yeah, Pokeballs! And if you throw them at mobs, you can capture them! And it's amazing! And I'm gonna make 5 of them right now, and we're gonna go to that village. I wanna be the very best, like no one ever was. To catch villagers is my real test. To train them is my to get their trades up is my cause. I will travel across the land. Well, I don't really have to search, I know where they are. Teach villagers to understand the power that's inside. Ooh. Villager, gotta catch 'em all. Yeah, it's you and me. Don't worry, it's your destiny. Oh, you're my best friend. In a world we must defend. Villagers. We got the villagers back to base over here. We've got 2 Fletchers, 2 farmers. I mean, essentially, we have potatoes with this guy and wheat with this guy. Once we get some automated Create mod farms up and running, we should be able to trade with these guys pretty easily and get a lot of emeralds. And over here, we have all of the book guys that I got from the village over there. We've got our Unbreaking, Mending, Efficiency 5, Silk Touch, and Fortune 3. Of course, some of these trades are still really expensive, like this Efficiency 5 for 54 emeralds, but we can always zombify these guys and cure them to get the trades to be a little bit better. Now, the first thing I want to do is create my Fortune 3 pickaxe, which I have ready to go upstairs, but I don't have any levels, so I think it's time that we set up a bunch of spawners. So that means we're gonna have to go into the Nether because I really want to get a blaze spawner as well. We might as well get that out of the way right now because we are going to need blaze rods for a few other things that we're going to be doing. Alrighty, it's a new day. My voice is pretty much back, and we just got done with a live stream where we head into the Nether. My good friend Egg Fried Pies, who is on the server, who you guys may confuse as a horrible troll if you watch my streams, because him and Drag just try to kill me the whole time. I mean, whatever, makes for good content. Anyway, they showed me where they found a fortress in the Nether. I'll play a couple clips right here from the live stream. I live stream on Mondays and Thursdays from 6 to 8 o'clock p.m. EST if you guys want to come check it out. But as you can see, we pretty easily were able to get that blaze spawner by just mining underneath the fortress and grabbing it with our cart assembler. So we have the blaze spawner right here. I can actually place it down. If I put a rail down, place it on top, you can actually see the blaze spawner. Don't worry, it's actually not active right now. It is part of a cart assembly, I think is how you say it. But I want to set up two different spawners actually. This one's going to be blaze, and then we're going to set up a bigger one which is going to have all the other mobs including wither skeletons as well. But I want blazes to be separate because blazes can't be killed by lava, and I want to set up an automatic killing option, I guess is what you would put it, with the other spawner in case I don't want to use it as an XP farm. It would just automatically kill all of the mobs. And blazes can't be killed by lava, so we're going to set this one up separately, and we can kill them with water. So the blaze farm that we're going to make is actually going to be quite simple. I think we're actually just going to place a little entrance to it right over here. And I'm going to go ahead and get started on that. It shouldn't take me that long. So I've set up a little room here. It's just a 9x9 room with some water streams. Sorry if the water is a little too loud. So the water will technically kill the blazes over time. So this is an AFK farm. Now the one thing that I'm pretty sure we nailed, but we're going to have to kind of trial and error it here, is the spawner will try to spawn blazes in, I think it's a 9x3x9 area. So I dug down 11 blocks from the surface, so I don't think this will be able to spawn any blazes on the surface. The only thing is I don't know if there's little like cubbies or anything. Looking at the minimap in the upper left hand corner, there's an area over there, but I don't think it will try to spawn blazes on top of the water over there. If it does, I guess we can just fill that in. But now's the moment of truth, so we're going to put down our cart assembler, we're going to put down the cart contraption with the blaze spawner, and there we go. So we've already got blazes spawning. We're going to have to clean this up. But yeah, essentially we're just going to fill this in. I'll clean it up in there, but we'll fill this in. We could AFK right here if we wanted experience and just smack the blazes that end up down here. So we're going to have to go in there and brave it out a little bit to clear out those blocks. We should be fine with the fire resistance I have, but I think we're going to do that. We're going to pretty it up a little bit in here, and that'll be that for the blaze spawner. Alrighty, so I set up a little shed here, just in the same style as the starter house, and this leads us all the way down to where the blaze spawner is. So I prettied it up a little bit, once again using the same palette. Sorry if that water is too loud. And we also cleared out a bit more space inside of the spawn room because it was only spawning one blaze at a time for some odd reason, with just the 2 tall room, which was kind of odd. Now it can spawn up to 4, and then we would just essentially sit here, whack them with our sword or whatever weapon we have, and collect up all the blaze rods. So I've been doing this for a little bit so far. It's only been like 10 minutes or so that I was doing it, and I think we got like 40 something blaze rods. Let's see what we got total. 43 blaze rods, and we made ourselves a brewing stand. So the next thing I want to do real quick before we move on is I actually want to convert 3 of my villagers. Oh, that was a bit of a lag spike right there. I want to convert my mending efficiency 5 and unbreaking 3 villagers. We want to zombify them and then cure them to get their trades down a little bit so that it's a little bit more affordable. I mean, 54 emeralds for efficiency 5 is really steep. I'm already one step ahead on this as well because I went out last night and I caught a zombie in a Pokeball. So we just gotta toss the zombie behind the villagers, convert them over, and then we can heal them up and reap the benefits. What? There's like a whole zombie horde outside. What? What mod is this from? I'm just trying to convert my villagers. I got the zombie to do one of them. And he's just kind of standing there now. I don't know. He's got to do the other 2, but there's like 1,000 zombies outside. What? Okay, zombification success. I think I accidentally hit myself with weakness. Yep, that's fine. But I just fed the 3 gapples to these guys. As you can see, we got the red particles. That is awesome. So we just got to wait for them to heal up, and hopefully the trade should be much better. And they're all healed. So here's what we ended up with. We got efficiency 5 for 29. That's like half, so that's pretty good. We got them breaking 3 for 16, which is also pretty good. Not too crazy, but it's pretty good. And then the kicker, mending for 1 emerald. That's insane. All right, it's time to get all of our gear enchanted. So we got everything enchanted, and I've been standing over here at the blaze spawner for about somewhere between 5 and 10 minutes trying to repair all of my armor up, and it's taking forever. Oh, we finally got the helmet repaired. Yeah, so I think that we're going to ditch this for now, and we need to get our proper mob farm set up using all of the other spawners. Before we actually make the mob farm, I wanted to make more progress with the create mod. So I want to set up 2 automatic farms, 1 a crop farm and 2 a wood farm. Now, to make the wood farm, we need mechanical saws, which are no problem, but we also need these deployers. So what the deployer is it actually places specific items, entities, or blocks into the world, and for this we need brass hands, which require brass sheets, which of course are brass ingots crushed in the mechanical press. Now, brass ingots are actually an alloy which is created by combining copper and zinc, which we have for mining, in something called a mechanical mixer. Now, I have a mechanical mixer right here already crafted, and let me show you guys what we've already done over here. I've set up a second water wheel and a few rotating cogs over here. Now, what's happening here is the bigger cog connected to the smaller cog actually means that the smaller cog is able to spin faster than the bigger cog. So we connect the speed of that up to another cog, which then feeds into this gearbox, which then converts it to vertical spinning, which is this bad boy up here, and that's exactly what we need for the mechanical mixer to work. So the mechanical mixer has a speed requirement. I mentioned that in the last episode. So there's stress units and then there's speed. So in order for this to work, it has to spin at a specific speed, which is what we have already set up over here. Now, underneath this, we have to place down a basin. This is where our items will go, and there's one more thing I have to craft, which I was just about to craft, and this is the blaze burner. So here it is right here. So with this thing, we have to actually capture a blaze, which is what it would look like right here. Once we capture a blaze, that's no problem since we have the blaze farm. And then you actually place it directly underneath the basin, and it heats up the basin. Certain recipes require heat, brass being one of them. So there's a lot of stuff that we have to craft. We're going to have to get brass going. I just realized actually that we probably don't need this right here. That could probably be replaced with just a regular old shaft. And it looks like it is. Yeah, so that's simple enough. Alrighty, so I think it's time. We have a lot of work to do. We got to capture a blaze. We got to get a lot of brass going. We have to craft up all the components that we're going to need to make these 2 farms. There is one more component as well. It's called the portable storage interface. This is actually how you transfer the items out of the Create mod farm. We need andesite funnels, which are no problem. We got to get some kelp. And brass casings are what are needed for these things as well, so we need brass for that too. So we had to get this all set up before we can move on with that. So hopefully that wasn't too confusing. We've got some crafting to do. Ready, so we got our brass going, and we're just pressing it all into sheets right now. I think we're gonna need 22 brass sheets to make the wood farm. It's a little bit of a tedious process, but we're getting there. Gotta collect up some quartz, and this is actually repairing our armor as well. Quite a bit of experience is coming through. Okay, I just want to show this part because I think it's pretty cool. So we need to make rose quartz. This is to make the deployers. So if I come back over here, we need to make these electron tubes. Now, electron tubes require redstone torches and iron ingots, which are iron nuggets, which are fine. But then we also require polished rose quartz. So we just made the rose quartz, which is redstone dust and nether quartz. And then if we make sandpaper, which is actually paper mixed with sand, which we will go ahead and do right now. Looks like I'm gonna have to make some fresh paper, but we combine the paper with some sand. Where's my sugarcane? There it is. Then we get sandpaper, and we can polish up the quartz and make those electron tubes. So let me grab some sand, and then we will make the sandpaper. Where is it? I guess we'll just not all the recipes are in the base crafting book, so we'll just combine them together. And then I think we hold this in the offhand, this in the main hand, and we just kind of hold like we're eating, and we're polishing. That uses the sandpaper up really quick, actually. So there's 4 and 5, and then we can make our electron tubes. Alrighty, that should be everything that we need. That didn't take that long. It was a lot of brass that we needed, though. So we have 4 chests, 1 chute. So if we inspect this chute, what it is it actually transports item downwards into a container either below it or onto the ground if it's directly. So it's like a hopper, but any items that come through it, it will be dispensed directly onto the ground beneath it if there's no container. Then we have the portable storage interfaces, boxes, which I will show in a minute. It's just a way of connecting up storage. You'll see what happens when we actually make the farm. We have our 5 deployers. These essentially just place entities into the world. We have our super glue. So super glue is actually a way that you adhere blocks together. You can do it. You can adhere certain blocks using slime, but some blocks need a little bit more powerful of a hold, which is why you use super glue. That's crafted up with slime and iron, I think. Then we have the chassis that are going to need it to create this contraption. If you guys haven't seen any Create My contraptions before, just bear with me. You'll see how it works when we get it going. Then we have the encased fan and the magma block, which is actually going to be the source of our rotational power, and the mechanical saws that are going to actually chop the trees down. So we're going to go ahead and build this. It doesn't take very long, so I'll catch up with you guys once we have it built. We're going to be building it in the space directly behind me. I believe that this should be plenty of space to build the farm, so let's do it. The farm is up and running. I was actually waiting for one of the trees to grow so I can show you guys how this works. So, okay, so we got another tree over there. It's going to harvest it. And second out, there we go. It harvests the tree. It plants the sapling down. It's going to come over here and grab this tree now. So these mechanical saws go to work on the tree. They actually break the entirety of the tree, collect up all of the drops. And then the deployers, once they come to that empty spot, they place a new sapling down. And then the portable storage interfaces interact and drop all of the good loot into this portable storage interface over here, which then goes through the chute and drops into our chest. So as you can see, just from sitting here for about 2 minutes, we already got this much stuff. So we got a ton of saplings, birch logs, oak logs, sticks, apples. Now this is eventually going to fill up very, very quickly. We've already got another 2 birch trees going. So I think we're eventually going to have to do something with the storage. That's probably going to be in the next episode. So I kind of just want to try and explain exactly what's going on here. So underneath all of this, we have, I'll just break into this real quick. We have an encased fan right here, and below that encased fan is a magma block. Now, whenever you have a heat source below an encased fan like this, so this could be lava, but in this case we're using a magma block just because it's a little easier, it will produce stress. So we have rotational power in the back of the encased fan, which is then interacting with this block here, which is a mechanical bearing. And we created that entire contraption to harvest all of the trees up top with the deployers and the mechanical saws. So that essentially is how you do the tree farm. The crop farm is actually going to be similar. Oh jeez, there's so many trees growing. This is going to fill up really, really quickly. But yeah, we now have a fully functional tree farm. The crop farm, like I said, is going to be somewhat similar. It's not as complicated because you don't need deployers, but you do need harvesters. That was a really big tree. Yeah, this thing's gonna go wild. This is gonna be so awesome. We're gonna have so much wood in no time. We might even have to turn this thing off. So we'll see what happens. Hopefully it doesn't cause a crap ton of lag on the server. But let me know what you guys think of this design. This is a pretty simple quintessential wood farm within the Create mod. I've seen like 1,000 people on YouTube do tutorials on this. I just ended up following one of them from my good buddy Rocket14. I'll leave a link down to his channel in the description. He does his own SMP, the Overstressed SMP, which is just a Create Mod SMP with a bunch of content creators. It's a really, really awesome server. Highly recommend you guys go check it out. I'll leave a link down in the description. But yeah, let me know what you guys think down in the comments, and let's move on to the next thing. I just popped over to my buddy Drex real quick because he's got this absolutely insane looking contraption here. All of this crazy stuff, and it makes tea. Tea! The perfect drink to get the day started motivating and saturating. And he said I could try some. Okay, what does it do? I wonder if this gives you like a specific status effect or something. Let's see. It gives you haste? What? Haste? That's wild. That's cool. We're gonna have to make one of these. I'm trying to figure out exactly how this even works. He's like he's like milking the cow. I guess it depends on the recipe. Okay, so you need, how do you make it though? Like, okay, mixing. So it's leaves, probably the tea leaves, water, and milk. Okay. He's got an absolutely insane contraption to do this. GG Drek. So I popped over to my creative world because I wanted to show a block by block tutorial on how to build the last contraption we're going to build in this video. So this is my wheat farm. So we've got a 9x9 wheat farm here with water in the corners, and then on each of the sides we have another 5 wheat just like that. So it kind of looks like this like circular shape a little bit. So we have the middle hollowed out as well. And let me show you guys what we're gonna do in the middle. So we're gonna place down a magma block to start with. This is what's actually going to give heat to this encased fan and cause it to give us rotational power or stress. So we place down the encased fan on top of the magma block by holding shift, and that places it upside down. So the fan is actually facing the magma block, and I'm actually also going to need a lever for this as well. So if we put the lever on the encased fan and turn it on with the magma block beneath, you can also use a lava source as well, just some kind of heat, and you can see that this is starting to spin. So we're actually going to turn that off. The next thing we want to do is take the mechanical bearing and place that on top of the encased fan right there, and then a radial chassis, and we're going to put that on top of the mechanical bearing right there. Next thing we're going to need is we're going to need a slime ball. So let me grab that. Now we have to slime the side of this radial chassis so that we can connect up the linear chassis. And we're going to place 5 of those just like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then we're going to slime the front just like this. And we're going to attach our mechanical harvesters. So let me grab those real quick. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And on the end, we're going to put a portable storage interface, go out 2 blocks, and then place another portable storage interface right there. Then below the portable storage interface is where the chest is going to go. So we'll put the double chest right there with a chute on top. So anything that comes into the portable storage interface that gets transferred over from here will end up in the chest. This is the same contraption that we use for the wood farm. Then on the back of these linear chassis over here, we're going to slime these 3, and we're going to put chests on each of those. That gives this a movable storage. This one didn't actually need to be slimed, but I guess it's a little late for that right now. So now if we turn on the encased fan, it should start spinning, but we could run into problems if we don't correctly set which ones of these are connected to what. So this will tell us that we only want to move 1 block per each of these linear chassis. So this is only going to take care of this harvester right here. This one's only going to take care of that, and this one's only going to take care, since it's within a block, that one and that one. We'll switch this to 1, switch this to 1, and then we'll switch this one to 6, I believe it is, because we want this to connect to everything and the portable storage, which is at the end over there. And I believe that is it. So if we flick the lever on now you'll see that it is not working. Of course it's not. So like a total jagweed, I placed the mechanical bearing upside down. So we have to place it right there, and then we'll get our radial chassis once again. And we're gonna have to break that, I think. Put this here, slime, and then put our linear chassis, which I lost again. And we'll put that right there. We're gonna break that, and I think we have to re-slime it. Put down the harvester here, and the chest over here. Make sure this is set to 1. Make sure this is set to 6. And now if we turn it on, it should work. And there we go. So now it's going to spin around, and any wheat that is ready to be harvested, it's going to grab it. So like I said, it's the same thing. Oh, I forgot to put the portable storage interface on it. But let me grab that real quick. We will cancel this. Put the portable storage interface on the end. It should be able to just turn it right back on. And then there you go. So once it gets over here, it's going to transfer everything into this portable storage interface, and it's all going to end up in this chest. So it's similar to what we did with the wood farm, but I just wanted to give you guys a block-by-block tutorial on how to build this contraption. So we're going to pop over to the survival world and build this bad boy. Here is the finished product on the survival world. It's coming around now. It's going to connect up to the portable storage and dump off whatever is in it. So we've got a bit of wheat and a little bit of seeds in here right now. This has only been running for a few hours. I actually days actually switched over, so this was running. If there's anybody playing on the server during the day while I was at work today, then this would have harvested up whatever is in here. So looks like it was only able to run for a little bit during the day, because this thing will actually crank if you AFK next to it. But anyway, ladies and gents, we did a lot today. We got the blaze farm going, we got the wood farm going, and we got the wheat farm going. We are slowly making our way towards automation of pretty much everything you can think of. That's my goal, is to automate as much as we possibly can in this series. But thank you guys so much for joining me. This is going to wrap it up for this episode. If you liked it, please do not hesitate to hit that thumbs up. And if you're looking forward to future episodes on the Create With Backdraft server, then hit that subscribe button and the bell for notifications. And I will see you guys next time. Take care. Bye-bye.
Yeah, we are in the place to be. Yeah, yeah, yeah.